Hello, I'm Congressman Jim Walsh. The cleanup of Onondaga Lake has been a priority of mine throughout my tenure in public life. Over the past year, we have witnessed significant progress to restore Onondaga Lake for the full use and enjoyment of our community. The Onondaga Lake Partnership has provided critical leadership in the effort to reclaim Onondaga Lake and the surrounding watershed. Accomplishments from the past year are now the building blocks for next year's work, and significant incremental steps have been made towards restoring Onondaga Lake to its natural condition. We have seen the continuation of projects required by the amended consent judgment, such as upgrades at the Metropolitan Sewage Treatment Plant, and additional sewer separation projects are planned for the upcoming year. Among other accomplishments, the partnership is making progress on the initiation of an Onondaga Lake Watershed Management Plan, and they have developed new educational opportunities, such as the Environmental Education Fund. This program will provide grants to area teachers for projects to help students learn about the lake. Additionally, the New York State Department of Conservation is moving forward to reach an agreement with Honeywell International to remediate industrial contamination of the lake bed and other upland lake sites. The restoration of Onondaga Lake is an integral part of the overall strategy to revitalize Central New York. I remain personally committed to making this long-term project a success for the betterment of all in our community. And I am pleased the federal government has been a major contributor and partner in this holistic lake cleanup. Best wishes for continued success in the upcoming year.
The Onondaga Lake Bottom Cleanup Plan is a result of years of research to determine the most appropriate method to remediate the pollution in Onondaga Lake. Hi, I'm Ken Lynch, Regional Director for the New York State Department of Environmental Conservation, and we're on the west shore of Onondaga Lake in Geddes, near one of the sites proposed to be remediated under the Onondaga Lake Cleanup Plan. This past summer, the New York State Department of Environmental Conservation and the United States Environmental Protection Agency approved the cleanup plan, which will remediate the hazardous waste that have found their way to the bottom of the lake. The plan calls for removing significant areas of mercury and other contamination with dredging and capping to prevent migration of these contaminants to the environment. At a cost of approximately $450 million, the plan is one of the largest cleanup efforts in the state. As the primary responsible party, Honeywell will be working with the DEC to design and implement the cleanup plan. The DEC and the Onondaga Lake Partnership will continue to provide information to the public regarding the cleanup activities as they proceed. We have already seen many improvements to the water quality in Onondaga Lake from the number of sewer treatment projects being implemented by Onondaga County. As we take this additional step to address historic industrial pollution, we are significantly advancing our goal of restoring Onondaga Lake.
We're here at the new county state-of-the-art ammonia phosphorus removal facilities, which became fully operational in the spring of 2005. Hi, I'm Dick Elander, Commissioner of the county's Department of Water and Environment Protection. These new facilities provide a major upgrade to the treatment of about 70 million gallons a day of wastewater at the Metropolitan Wastewater Treatment Plant. The ammonia portion of this project has been online since early 2004, and the results are terrific. We have not only had reduced ammonia levels in the Metro plant's discharge by about half from 2003, but as a result, we have also seen a reduction in ammonia levels in the lake water. We don't have a full year of data on the phosphorus removal operation at this point. However, we are seeing higher levels of dissolved oxygen for greater periods of time in the lake water and greater water clarity. Further improvements brought about by these facilities are expected over time. We're proud to report these facilities have received state and regional design awards for wastewater excellence. We've received inquiries from all over the world. Our original goal was to develop a world-class project, and we've done it.
Construction of the new Midland Regional Treatment and Storage Facility began in the fall of 2004, and we have made significant progress during 2005. Under the current schedule, we should be completed with this portion of the project by the end of 2007. Hi, I'm Sue Miller, Deputy Director of the county's Lake Improvement Project Office, and we're here today at the Midland Project site. A great deal of work on the project was completed this year. The older brick interceptor sewer that runs across the construction site was replaced with a new high-density polyethylene plastic pipe, and excavation of the site is well underway. Tons of soil have been removed and taken off site to make room for the below-ground disinfection tank and the underground storage tank. The Midland project is one of 5 regional treatment and storage facilities that are part of the county's lake improvement effort. They're designed to eliminate the combined sewer overflows that go now into Onondaga Creek, Harbor Brook, and from there into the lake. When this project is completed at Midland, it will eliminate the impacts of 6 combined sewer overflows. All of these projects will make a major difference in the water quality of Onondaga Lake.
The county's ambient monitoring program focuses on the sampling and analysis of the lake, its tributaries, and the Seneca River. The program's purpose is to collect data to help assess the impacts of the county's wastewater improvement projects. Hi, I'm Jean Powers, and I'm responsible for overseeing the county's ambient monitoring program. Our monitoring program tests for a comprehensive list of water quality parameters as well as plankton, fish, and plant life. It is one of the most comprehensive water monitoring programs required of any wastewater facility. We have also enlisted the help of the public in collecting fish data. To date, over 60 anglers have signed up to keep diaries on fish they've caught in the area. This is a great supplement to our fish data that we gather through sampling operations and our tagging program. So far, we've seen dramatic improvements in the lake's water quality in terms of lower ammonia levels, increased dissolved oxygen, and improved water clarity. In addition, the lake's fishery is diverse and getting better as the habitat improves.
Onondaga Lake has an honorable history as the birthplace of the Iroquois Nation and Western democracy. Hi, I'm Matthew J. Driscoll, Mayor of the City of Syracuse. One of the partnership's most important goals is to encourage local residents to stay informed and involved by continuing to raise awareness about Onondaga Lake and to keep our community updated on current Onondaga Lake Partnership projects. Each project today advances our effort in restoring and enhancing Onondaga Lake and its watershed. A clean Onondaga Lake reflects well on all of us. Your support and participation is always welcomed. Check out the partnership's website at onlakepartners.org and add your name to our mailing list to receive newsletters and the latest information. Together, we can make a difference.
Over the weekend of June 25th and 26th, the Onondaga Lake Partnership Outreach Committee, in coordination with Onondaga County Parks, sponsored a carp fishing weekend. The event was held here at Willow Bay, which is located on the north shore of Onondaga Lake. Hi, I'm Al Dayer, member of the Outreach Fisheries Subcommittee. On Saturday the 25th, the National Carp Anglers Group sanctioned an Onondaga Lake Partnership tournament in which competing anglers are assigned a piece of shoreline from which to fish. Sunday's family fun event was developed to give less experienced anglers a chance to try their skills for big fish prizes. 2005 is the first year that the partnership and county parks sponsored this event. We hope that the carp fishing weekend will become an annual Onondaga Lake outing. At the fishing weekend, and on the 3 Saturdays preceding it, the partnership sponsored morning carp fishing clinics intended to educate interested folks about the fish and fishing. Onondaga Lake supports thousands of carp averaging 10 to 20 pounds, affirmation that the water quality continues to improve. So come on down and see how deep a bend an Onondaga Lake carp can put in your favorite fishing rod.
Monitoring and understanding the water flow on the outlet of Onondaga Lake is an important element of lake improvement. Hi, I'm Hank ZAJD, a hydrologist with the U.S. Geological Survey, New York Water Science Center in Ithaca, New York. We're at a U.S. Geological Survey gauging station on the outlet of Onondaga Lake in Long Branch Park near the Seneca River. This project was started in October of 2003 to understand the unique flow characteristics on the outlet of Onondaga Lake. This equipment measures water levels and water velocities, which then can be directly related to the amount of water flowing out or into Onondaga Lake. It can be deceiving looking at the outlet because at times the water does not flow out of Onondaga Lake as one would think, but actually can flow into it from the Seneca River. From the information collected so far, we have found a very complex and highly dynamic flow system that is affected by hydropower operations along the barge canal, as well as the effects of wind and precipitation across and outside the Onondaga Lake watershed. The results of this study will increase our understanding of the lake and river flow dynamics, which is critical in linking the flow and water quality models of Onondaga Lake and the Seneca River. This study will help us in our long-term goal of cleaning up Onondaga Lake.
Planning for the future is an important aspect for the revitalization of the Onondaga Creek watershed. Hello, my name is Rick Smarden, Chair of the Onondaga Creek Revitalization Working Group. We're standing here today on the banks of Onondaga Creek near Kelly Brothers Memorial Park. As you can see, the creek is channelized. It's not natural. There's lots of vegetation growing along the banks. The question is, can the creek be restored or revitalized, and what will it take to do it? These are questions to be addressed by the Onondaga Creek Sub-Basin Conceptual Revitalization Plan. This project is a consortium of local not-for-profit organizations including Cornell Cooperative Extension, SUNY ESF, Canopy, Atlantic States Legal Foundation, Onondaga Lake Cleanup Corp., and the City of Syracuse. Together we will initiate a revitalization planning process for the Onondaga Creek watershed. The project will attempt to maximize watershed-wide public involvement in several ways: public meetings, a working advisory group, educational programs, and compilation of key technical information. The end product will be a conceptual or vision plan for revitalizing Onondaga Creek that will be based on community-derived goals and process. So for instance, here at Kelly Brothers Park, is it possible to put meanders or wetlands back into Onondaga Creek while still maintaining flood control and water quality? This is just one idea. We strongly encourage public participation. Please come to the public meetings and let us know what you think.
A rain garden looks like a regular garden, but it's so much more. Hi, I'm Amy Samuels, Natural Resources Team Leader with Cornell University Cooperative Extension in Onondaga County. I'm standing in a rain garden in progress at the Zen Center in Syracuse, New York. What makes a rain garden different from a regular garden is that it's designed to capture rainwater from your roof or your driveway. This allows the water to soak down into the ground instead of running off. As simple as this sounds, the results can be profound. Compared to a lawn, this rain garden allows 30% more water to soak into the ground. This is important because water that runs off your property can increase pollution, erosion, and flooding. One little rain garden may seem like a small thing, but if lots of people had rain gardens, it could help reduce the pollutants going into local streams and Onondaga Lake. To learn how to establish one on your property, please contact Cornell University Cooperative Extension, Onondaga County. Remember, a rain garden can be your personal contribution to a cleaner Onondaga Lake.
I'm pleased to be here at Onondaga Lake to witness the restoration of this important watershed. I'm Kathleen Callahan, the Acting Regional Administrator for the U.S. Environmental Protection Agency. EPA has invested $133 million in federal funding to clean up and protect Onondaga Lake. EPA's goals are to enhance public understanding of the importance of a healthy Onondaga Lake and ensure its cleanup. The Onondaga Lake Partnership sponsors programs such as the Mini Grants and Education Fund, as well as funds events such as Water Quality Monitoring Day, environmental roundtables, and creek cleanups. EPA is committed to working with its partners to continue to restore and revitalize this remarkable lake and watershed.
Hi, I'm County Executive Nick Pirro. Through this video, we have tried to give you a visual summary of some of the activities that have gone on through the Onondaga Lake Partnership and its member organizations this year. Just as the partnership's logo reminds us that a clean lake reflects well on all of us, so these programs to improve the lake reflect well on the accomplishments of the partnership this year. Year by year, we are seeing steady improvement in the lake and its environment. And year by year, we are witnessing a broader interest and a belief by the public that we can and will restore the lake. For as long as most of us can remember, the lake has been a polluted body of water whose best years were in the past. For years, people have talked and dreamed about the future possibilities for the lake. Working together, through the partnership, we are achieving what others have only dreamed of. We can say that at the turn of this century, we began the path back, and the best years for Onondaga Lake lie ahead in this, the 21st century.